Hello YouTube, Empathy Relics here today, and today I'm bringing you guys a commentary. The gameplay you're watching is a gameplay where I start off really slow. I think I'm 4 and 5 at one point in a TDM on Combine, and I turn it around and I go on a 30 kill streak, and I lose the game still, after going on a 30 kill streak, which is ridiculous. And this was before the update where it changed TDM to 100 kills. It's an old gameplay, so I'm using the ICR. Hope you enjoy it. So in this commentary I'm going to talk about the guns that I believe that need a buff in Black Ops 3. So the gun balance is almost perfect at this point, and there's just a few things that Treyarch need to fix up, and it should be one of the most balanced Call of Duties in a very long time. So the first gun that needs to get a buff is the Pharaoh, in my opinion. The Pharaoh is just way too inconsistent. Like, sometimes it kills really quickly, and then other times you can put 3-4 bursts into a person and they just simply don't die. It's way too inconsistent, and the fact that some people think it's the best gun in the game really baffles me, because whenever I use it I just get nothing but hit markers. Don't get me wrong, like, it can be good at times, but it just need to stop it from being so inconsistent. So the next gun is the Vespa. So they recently nerfed the Vespa, and I do believe it needed a nerf because it was probably the best gun in the game, and but they just nerfed it way too much. It's got way too much recoil, and what that does is not only does it make the gun worse, obviously, because there's more recoil, it also makes it that you're going to get a lot more bullshit deaths against people using the Vespa because of the view kick. And view kick headshots are already a massive problem in this game, but having a crazy high recoil submachine gun that's good at close ranges, you know, it's not going to be fun. You're going to get a lot of kick headshots, and I don't think that adds any element of skill. So what they need to do is they need to buff it, give it less recoil, and just make it a little worse damage wise at long range. Because its rate of fire is crazy, so just make it weaker at medium and long ranges, and you know, don't mess around with the recoil too much, because I think its recoil before was perfect.
They're done.
So the next gun that needs a buff is the Razorback. So the Razorback has an extremely low damage and low rate of fire. That is not a good combination for any gun in Call of Duty. Like, in a game where, you know, milliseconds matter for time to kill, if you have a slow rate of fire and a slow damage, like, it's just far too weak. The Razorback gets outclassed by any other submachine gun in the game, and most assault rifles too, because, you know, it's meant to be a medium range submachine gun, but it gets outgunned by nearly every assault rifle at medium range and every submachine gun at close range. So what's the point in even using it? So I think they need to bring it back, not quite to the level that it was in the beta, but, you know, just stronger so it can compete in gunfights, you know, against other SMGs. So they could do that by either upping the fire rate or upping the damage, which I think they should do both just a little bit. So moving on to a different class is the assault rifles. The HVK is the only one I believe that needs a buff. Some people believe this gun to be the best gun in the game. I don't know how. I think it's completely trash. It gets way too many hit markers. It needs foregrip because of its recoil, and it's kind of because of its high fire rate. You need a foregrip and you need extended mags, in my opinion, for respawn, and that means you're kind of forced to use 2 attachments. And plus, if you want to run quick draw or stock, that makes it 3 attachments you're forced to use. So yeah, I just think the HVK is outclassed by all the other assault rifles, in my opinion. So it could do with a slight buff to the damage, I suppose. The Haymaker is the next gun that I believe needs a buff. The Haymaker's not too far off. It was good earlier on in the game's life cycle, and then they nerfed it, and ever since it really hasn't been that good. But funnily enough, I have a 13 KD with it. I've only died once, so I haven't died yet with it. But yeah, I just think it needs to be made a little bit stronger, because it gets outclassed by all the other shotguns, and the fact that you can get outgunned by submachine guns at close range all the time, you know, makes it a bit ridiculous. Maybe an increased fire rate would do the trick, you know, keep the damage the same and up the fire rate to something like the AA-12 and Dub 2 in Modern Warfare 3. And the final gun that I believe that needs a buff is the KRM. I always call it the KMR for some reason. It's like the Remington from Black Ops 2, the pump action shotgun. This thing just gets way too many hit markers. Every time I've used this, I just get so many hit markers at close range, and that's not how shotguns should be. You know, I'm not a big fan of having inconsistent shotguns, you know, generally. Yeah, that being said, like, it shouldn't just be a dead set one-shot kill at close range, you know, all the time. But if you hit someone in the chest and you're within like 5 to 10 meter range, even not 10 meters, but like, you know, a shotgun range gunfight, you shouldn't be punished for getting a hit marker, especially when the rate of fire is so slow. So, you know, I'd like to see maybe they change the mechanics of that gun and make it so it shoots slower but doesn't get as many hit markers at close range. So, you know, if these guns were buffed, and I don't really think any guns need to be nerfed at this point, so yeah, the balance in Black Ops 3 is really good, so hopefully Treyarch will buff at least a few of these weapons, and yeah, it will really improve the overall balance of the game. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Still can't believe I lost by 12 kills. I went 34 to 5 on a 30 kill streak. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Step up if you want to get burnt.